Hi, so I've got a message. This message for me was quite an interesting message. I've never had a message like this, and it's of a bit of a sensitive nature. Although I would say that all of these messages have a bit of sensitive, or of a sensitive nature because they're all intimate, right? And if I actually knew the person, I wouldn't be posting them on YouTube. I would be sitting down with that person. But that's not the case for this message. Now, I was sitting in a car, right? So I'm in the car, and this woman is sitting in the back seat, and there's some very interesting upholstery in this car, but specifically it's the armrest. So you've got the back seats, and in between the seats there's an armrest which has been folded down, and it has some very interesting upholstery, and it has a pattern to it. It's something a little bit intricate, like a Persian rug style of a design or something like that. And there were some red tones in there, but I didn't see the design too specifically. Just enough to know that it's not an average upholstery. And so I'm looking at this woman, and she's sitting in the back seat, and she's dressed up to go out for a night out on the town. She has a short skirt. She has a face full of makeup. She has made herself look attractive. Her hair is in a bob. It's bobbed and it's blonde. And I was staring at this woman's face, trying to understand what the expression was that I was looking at. And I wasn't quite sure what this message was about. And then I was presented with this other woman. So I'm no longer in the car, and I'm with this other woman, and she's staring at me. She can see me, and we're staring at each other. And it wasn't until I saw this woman that I twigged what I felt was off about this woman sitting in the car. And so the woman that was staring at me, she was aware of my presence just as much as I was aware of hers. And she had no hair. She had a bald, shaven head. And then I twigged what was off about the woman I was looking at in the car, and I realized that she was wearing a wig, and it wasn't her hair. And so this woman was looking at me, and she was looking at me with this look of, I can only describe it as being a look of grace, and genuine grace, because sometimes when somebody is trying to emulate grace, instead they have a patronizing energy to their facial expressions. But this was genuine grace. I could feel this in every part of my own soul. And she was aware of me just as much as I was aware of her. Now, I feel like this was the woman who was sitting in the back of the car. This was her higher self, her future self. And her future self, her higher self, was there to give me a message to pass on. And so what I'm seeing in this woman in the back of the car, perhaps this woman has a terminal illness. I think she has a terminal illness. And I get the sense that she is just throwing herself into life, but not in a healthy way, in a way of, it's like her answer to that news, instead of facing it and embracing it and letting it affect her as an experience, and letting it change her and develop her. She's instead she's instead adopted this philosophy of it's better to burn out than to fade away. And so she's throwing her body around, she's throwing her body into the nightlife. And it's literally just her body because her mind is not there. And so she's dressing up her body, she's hiding the signs of her illness, and she's desperately trying to convince other people that there isn't anything wrong. And so she has this split between her mind, her subconscious, her consciousness, her mind, her ego. There's a split happening. And there's this level of resistance to the news. And I want to say that your higher self is trying to get this message to you. And the message is to embrace what is happening, to let it permeate you, and take a deep breath and let it sink in and let it sit with you. Because right now you're reacting, and reacting is action without thought. It isn't premeditated. And what I want to say is your higher self knows something that you don't. So where you are, it's very frightening, of course. You feel like you're alone in the dark. But your higher self, your future self, has more information. And so I'm looking at your future self, your higher self, and they bear the signs of the illness, but they're not sad. They are smiling at me, and they're trying to get a message to you, a message of mercy. They want you to show mercy with yourself. And they are standing very, I don't want to say proudly, but they are standing in their own light, and they are holding themselves. They have embraced their illness, and they are not hiding, and they're not running, and they're taking care of themselves. And so what they're trying to say is that in the wake of this news, your actions are detrimental to yourself. And what I mean is that your answer to hearing some news about your physical self has been to damage your psychological self, has been to not be a good friend to yourself, to your soul. You're not looking after your psyche, you're not looking after your spiritual body. And this isn't the answer to the news. This is not the answer. To add more fuel to the fire is not the answer. It's to stop and take a moment for yourself, and to feel into your body, and to feel into your heart and your soul and your spiritual body, and to bring alignment. And I don't know how long you've had this news. I don't know how long it's been with you. But in my mind, I'm seeing that religion has tried to latch on at some point, and you have moved away from it. And I'm not here to tell you that that was a bad thing. What I'm seeing is that religion was trying to attach itself to this event, because that is like energetically it was performing its function in the world, and so you may have had religion knocking on your door, not literally, but offering some kind of what's the right word? Some kind of, not advice, but comfort. Some kind of words of wisdom, words of comfort. And so it was functional. And so you didn't attach yourself personally to it. You didn't resonate with it. You didn't connect with it. And so you walked away from it. And I don't know whether maybe you've had a few thoughts of, was that the right thing to do? And it was the right thing to do. Your higher self is telling you that you can do this without religion, because you don't need religion. You only need to be in alignment with yourself, and you only need to be living in your own honesty and standing in your own truth. And right now you're running from that, and your higher self is trying to get your attention. It wants you to bring yourself into alignment and to face it head on. And I drew some cards as well, and it will make more sense when I explain the cards, because I feel like probably what you haven't been doing is resting. And first of all, what I want to say is the first card that came out was the Hand of God. Now, before I pull these cards, I asked the question myself, because I've never had a message like this before, and I was thinking, how do I even deliver a message like this through this medium, through a camera, without actually being able to sit with the person, feel the person's energy, and just to, read the situation, know what to say, when to say it. And this card practically hit me in the face. It jumped out of the deck, and it was the Hand of God. And then I just didn't need to ask another question. I didn't need to pull any more cards. And then as I began to draw some cards for you, it flew out the deck again, practically hit me in the face. Hand of God. Now, I don't want to say anything that could, I don't want to, I'm not here to say what the outcome will be, but I did design these cards, and I do know that when I designed the Hand of God, okay, it was to signify to myself that it meant you are protected by the universe. You are protected. And so in this card, I have a character in my deck, and basically the character starts off as a young boy, and he's sort of on a spiritual journey. So it's like a young monk, and then at the end of the journey he turns into this monk who is full of wisdom and has learned all of his lessons. So in this card, this student monk is sitting in a hand in a protective bubble, a force field, and there is darkness trying to get to this monk, but they can't, because the monk is sitting in the Hand of God, and nothing can touch this monk. So I'm going to go with that. The other cards that I got was Surrender, Rest, Heal, and inspire. So quite self-explanatory, really. Nothing too complex going on here. Your higher self has come forward to get this message to you, to ask you to pause and to ask you to think about what you're doing and why you're doing it, to take some time to feel fear, to overcome fear. You've got an overall omen of sitting in the hand of God. You've got cards asking you to surrender to what is. And you've got cards of rest. Okay, this figure is resting in a field of sunflowers and she is at peace. There's a card here about healing. Okay, healing others, healing yourself. In your case, it's healing yourself. And you've got a card about inspiring other people. And what your higher self is asking you to do is to be brave because you're afraid. But be brave. Take care of yourself. Hold some space for yourself. Think about what your next move may be. Take some time to understand how you feel. Take some time to rest and let some healing take place and be an inspiration to others. That's what your higher self is asking for you to do. And what I want you to know is your higher self, your future self, is smiling at me. They are happy. They have this look of warmth, this energetic light that is with them, that walks with them, and they are okay. They are okay. And I don't want to say anything else because this message isn't about specifics. It's about sentiment. It's about the core theme of this message. It's about the overall message. Your higher self only wants you to know that what you are doing, your response, is a response out of fear. And you need to respond out of alignment. You need to find alignment. And from alignment, healing can begin. But energetically, you have to free yourself. You can't hold on to stuff. Unresolved things, they eat away at you. They do nothing for your health. So you need to purge. What you're doing is not the answer. It's not the answer. It's a very human response, and there's nothing wrong with it. You are human. We are all human. But your higher self wants you to think a little bit differently. And that's all I want to say about this. I don't want to go into anything else. I don't want to involve my ego. I just want to deliver this message. And this is exactly what it is. This is exactly what your higher self, future self wants you to know. And this is all I want to say. And so I know that this message will find who it's meant for. Whether that's today or whether that's in a year's time, because that's how this works. All I want to say is take each day one day at a time. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself and free yourself. Take some time to rest. Let some healing take place. And gracefully be an inspiration to others.